My name is Jessica and I have no idea what I'm doing. Today I'm going to be trying out the Morphe 35H. I don't know why I'm showing you the front, there's nothing special about it. The Hotspot palette. I'm super excited. Despite the trouble I had with the last Morphe palette, this is my last one to try and I have high hopes for it, and the colors are really pretty and there's a lot that can be done with this. It does smell bad though, I have to say. Like, very plasticky, I don't know why. I'm going to start with Siesta, which is this like a matte creamy beige. I'm going to take that with my dollar store brush. Ooh, wow, okay. And I'm going to set my eyeshadow primer from crease to brow bone with it. And as per usual, I do have this eye primed and the other eye not. So on the other side, I'm just going to create a base from crease to brow bone. I think I want to do something like really springy and fun with the brightest possible shades in here first. I'm going to start with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it. Or not start, but start the crease with Babe's Night Out, which is this pale pink peach. And I'm going to put that as my transition on the outer half. And then cleaning my brush off, I'm just going to blend that out a little. That's like a new method I'm using lately. Ugh, guinea pig hairs in my palette. I'm going to take my IBY crease brush next, and I'm going to go in with Heat Up, which is the super bright, obnoxious hot pink red coral. This is probably not supposed to actually go on your eyes. This is going in my crease, but only on that outer half. And I'm going to clean off my brush and just try to blend that out. I think we lost that light pink shade, but that's okay. Sure, I'll use it in another look. I feel like that could go brighter, but I don't know if I want that yet. So I'm going into Ocean Drive, which is the bright, the bright matte turquoise, with the same brush, and I'm gonna put that, that's nice, on the inner half of the crease and gently blend it into whatever we want to call this other color. I'm going to clean the brush off and just try to soften the edge and try to foster that little blend. It shouldn't be too bad. It should kind of make like a grade purple color. I think I might actually like it better on the non-primed eye. Just gonna add a little more. And maybe just a touch more of the coral shade. Okay, then I'm going into Flaunt, which is basically, yeah, it's almost like that shade, but a shimmer. It's a little more toned down, a little lighter. Oh, okay, that does look quite different. All right, we're gonna put it on anyway. That's going on the, wow, that's going on the outer half of the lid. So this is, yeah, it's definitely brighter. I would say maybe pinker. It's pretty. I think Aunt Jeshka on YouTube would really like this one. Happy Clown vibes. By the way, if anyone's wondering what that is, it's like in every video, it's a mat for your makeup that I just don't use. I should though, but I have too much stuff, so. That is Pool Floaty. Oh, that's a cute name, I like that. I'm gonna put that on the inner 2/3. That's gorgeous. I feel like it's been a while since I've used a nice turquoise shimmer. I guess I try to steer clear of them just to like do something different, because like that's where I would want to go. But it's been so long now, I feel like no one thinks it's my norm. So I just kind of blended that into the pink a little bit. I feel like I look like a slushie, like a snow cone, or that thing you find in 7-Eleven, the icy with the like polar bear on it, and it's like the red and blue. This is so pretty. Alright, I think I'm going to use my little brush from Wish here, and I'm going to go back into Heat Up, which is the matte coral, and I think I'm going to put that close to my lower lash line on the outer half. Then with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it, which is similar to that, I'm going to take that light pink again, Babe's Night Out, and see if I could just kind of blend that out a little bit. Not really. It kind of took over. It's funny how that happens, because one is obviously so much darker than the other. But I don't know. So similar in tone, maybe. I'm going to take that same brush and go into Ocean Drive, which is the matte turquoise. And I'm going to press that into my lower lash line and start to just blend it into the coral. And then taking that smaller brush again, I'm going to go into Pool Floaty. I like that. And I'm going to put that like right on the inner third. Just a touch. I would love to put a brow bone highlight here, a nice shimmery one, but there is none. You're going to tell me with all these browns, you couldn't like maybe get rid of one of those and put, you know, a little shimmery brow bone highlight for Jessica? I would even give up one of the berries, but nobody's touching my blues. Alright, so far I'm happy with it, happy with the performance, happy with the look, and we'll just have to see how it wears. I'll be sure to let you know. Morphe might be redeemed with this one. So that two-toned look wore very well. I did only have it on for like about 5 hours though, so hopefully today I'll get a longer wear test for you. All I'm doing now is going in with Siesta and my dollar store brush to create a base. Same thing as usual, set my eyeshadow primer. This eye primed, this eye not. Even though so far I didn't see much of a difference between the two. I'm going to take this fluffy brush from Wish, and I'm going to go into Shady Behavior, which is this very light, cool toned beige. It looked a little warmer in the camera. And that's going to be my transition shade. Today I'm going to go for an all blue look. Nice. That blends out very easily. Then I'm going in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it. I think I'm going to go in with Wave Maker, which is this deep navy. And that's going to be my crease shade. Ooh. It's a little bit brighter than I anticipated. That's okay. And honestly, that blended out pretty well. Granted, I did have the beige transition shade down, but still. They're like blending themselves, which I love. Then I'm taking my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it, and I'm going to go into Chillax, which I think is a matte with like the sparkles in it. It's like a light black or a deep charcoal gray. But let's see what it really is. I'm going to put that deep in the crease. Nope, I still have no idea what it is. What is it? It is, yeah, it's like a matte with the sparkles in it, or even like a satin with the sparkles in it. Then I'm going to go in with Singled Out, which is this shimmery, deep royal blue, I guess, like a navy royal, cobalt. Just keep naming blues. And I'm going to put that on the outer third of the lid. It's not super shimmery, but it's applying really easily, which I appreciate. Then I'm going to take Cool Off, which is a really beautiful shimmery blue. I'm going to put that in the middle of my lid. That's so pretty. It kind of reminds me of the one from the 35i palette, but deeper. It's that same kind of like, it's not a periwinkle, but it's not an aqua. It's somewhere in the middle, and it's very beautiful. And of course, I'm just blending into the deeper blue. Then I'm going to take Ripple Effect, which looks like a light silver shimmer, but I don't know, I feel like it has like a little bit of blue or green to it. Let's see. Yeah, there's like a, I don't think you can see it, but there's like a slight, maybe yellow-green luminosity to it. That's going on the inner third of the lid. And I'm going to blend it into the blue. Just like that. I feel like you don't see that luminosity anymore, and it kind of just looks like a silver, but still pretty. Yes, I like that a lot. You know me and my blues. I think for the lower lash line, I'm going to try out this Yacht Spot color. It's like dark, and I think it has, I don't know, it's kind of like, maybe it's a deep gray, but it has blue shimmers in it. I'm not sure. Let's find out. Yeah. So it seems like it blends out to just like a black. That's not what I want, so I'm gonna go in with my pinky. See that? And I'm gonna try to put that where I just applied it. That's better. Can you see that? So I don't like the brush for this one. And then I'll put Beachfront, which looks like maybe a medium teal. I'll start with the brush and then see if my finger is better or worse. I'm gonna put that toward the middle. Okay, that's not bad. Though I will probably like it better. Yeah, with the finger. Very nice. And then I'm gonna put Alone Time on the inner third of the lower lash line. It's a silver gray, but see how it's warmer than the other silver gray shades? It's interesting. I'm gonna start with the brush. It's almost taupey. Not much going on. Time for a finger. Yeah, it's more taupe. I don't think I like it with this look, but that's okay. I think in a different look it would be very pretty. And I might be about to ruin the look, but I'm going to take my dollar store brush and go into Ripple Effect. And I'm going to try and use it as a brow bone highlight. Maybe if I use it lightly. Oh yeah, that's nice. Keep in mind it's like icy silvery, but I feel like if I use it lightly, and on my skin tone at least, this works. Alright, not as salty about a lack of a brow bone highlight now. And I'll put it on the inner corner too. I'm going to go back to my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it. And let's see what we can do. Not thrilled with it. Not in that way. I'm also not big on inner corner highlights anyway. I do them to do something different. because I know most people do like them. So far so good. You know I love blue eyeshadow, and this performed really well. So I'll let you know how it wears. Okay, so yesterday's look wore fairly well. The shimmers did spread a little bit, but there was no creasing, and it was definitely still wearable at the end of the day. I was happy with the look. So I already set my eyeshadow primer on this side, created a base on this side, as I did in the other looks, and I'm going to start with Coral Dive-In, which is this nice peachy coral shade. It's a matte, but it has, like, you know, the sparkles running through it, but very lightly. I don't think you're gonna be able to see them. I don't think I'm gonna be able to see them. I'm just using my fluffy brush from Wish, and this is going to be my transition shade. Nice. I think I want to intensify that a little more. So I'm going in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, and that's just exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm cleaning it off and trying to blend a little more because I went a little too crazy. But yeah, I don't see any shimmers anymore. Next, I'm taking my IB crease brush, and I'm going to go in with Party On, which is a matte berry, I would call it. That's going right in the crease. I'm just going to clean my brush off and try to blend that in a little better. There we go. I think I'm going to go in with Mommy, this one here, which is like a deep shimmery red. Not that deep, actually. Could be deeper. I'm going to put that on the outer third of my eye. Then I'm going to go in with Strobe Light, which that's an interesting name for this considering it's not very shiny. It does appear to be a shimmer or maybe a satin. Interesting. See that? It looks like it wants to have some kind of other, I don't know, maybe a kind of luminosity in it. Or not. That's what it looked like, but whatever. I'm going to put this on the inner 2/3 of my lid and blend it into the red. Yeah, this is more like a true shimmer or satin, which is fine, but you know me, I'm all about the shimmer and shine, as bold as you can get it. I kind of don't, you know, get the name. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna go with Firestarter, which maybe that's also a true shimmer satin, but it's red. I'm gonna go in with my little brush from Wish here, and I'm gonna start on the outer third and see how far I want to take it in. I think I'm gonna take it all the way across. I want to see if that looks different if I apply it with my finger. Not really. Ooh, that is very bright. Red eyeshadow isn't really my thing. Give me blue, give me purple, give me green, orange. Red, not really my thing. You know what? I think on the very outer edge, I want to take Alter Ego and see how different it is from Mommy. That's almost like a rosy bronze, actually. We'll just stick a little bit in the corner. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see a difference between these two, especially if you layer them. And I'll just put a little bit over here too. I don't like that. Not that it's a bad eyeshadow or a bad shade, but I don't like the look I'm doing here. The colors do appear not to be different enough to use together, and also like the difference or lack of difference in depth. You know what, I'm gonna take that little brush from Wish again. I'm gonna see if I could save this look. I'm gonna go into All Night Long, which is like a very smoky brown, I guess. And I'm gonna try to make maybe like a wing. Very pigmented. And I'm gonna carefully start aligning my upper lash line a little bit. Sorry if I'm blocking your view, but hi, my name is Jessica and I have no idea what I'm doing. This is definitely not the kind of look I usually do. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that pink back to kind of cover up where I made mistakes. And then I think I'm gonna take a little bit and line close to the lower lash line as well. Try to blend it a little. I think that's better. Alright, since this is so different than I wanted anyway, there's one more thing I want to do. I'm going to go in with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it and go into South Beach, which kind of looks like a very light peachy copper, but it's different than this one, or at least it appears to be. It looks like it wants to go a little bit pinky coral. We'll find out. I'm gonna put that on my inner corner actually. Like I said, not my usual thing, but whatever at this point. Let's try it. And just for the heck of it, let's try with the finger. That's pretty. So once again, this is not a typical look that I would do. This isn't the look that I expected to come out with today, but I tried something new and I'm sure one of you out there in TV land will like it. So as I set up for today's look as usual, yesterday's look, the colors kind of faded into each other. Like there definitely wasn't as much contrast at the end of the day. Like it was still wearable, but there wasn't as much contrast. And I mean, there wasn't much contrast to begin with. I would have preferred more contrast. Also, that pink shade that I used, the shimmery one, was very interesting. In different lighting at the end of the day, it almost looked lilac, like a brighter lilac. That was interesting. And also the South Beach shade that I told you wanted to go like a coral shade, again in different lighting later on in the day. You could definitely see that trying to happen. Today, I think I'm going to go for a neutral halo eye, just to, you know, for the neutral lovers out there. I mean, there's enough browns in here that, you know, there should be a neutral look thrown in here. So I am going to start with Spotted, which is like this warm orangey brown. It's actually kind of dark for me, but I'm going to use that as my transition shade. And this is my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it. That's brighter than I expected. Really orangey. Okay. I mean, it's blending out nicely though. That was actually really quick and effortless. I'm going to go in with my IBY crease brush next, and I'm going to go in with Rally Time, which is a matte brown. And it has those little sparkles in it. They're so fine, so few, no way they're gonna show up. I'm gonna put that in my crease. Next, I'm going to take Silent Disco. That's an interesting name. It is a shimmery brown. Lighter than I thought. This palette is interesting. I feel like some of the colors are not true to pan. And this is going on the inner and outer thirds of my eye. Then I'm going to take Outfit Change. It's an interesting name. This looks like a shimmery copper. Yeah, so it's coming out. It's pretty. It's like golden copper, I guess. See the difference between the two? I thought, though, like the one I just picked up was going to come out more like this. So everything that I'm using right now seems to be lighter than what I originally thought. So this I'm just going to keep putting inward and blending it into the brown. It's a pretty color. And then I'm going to take this gold called Poppy. So we have Mommy and Poppy in here. And I'm wondering if this has a little bit of green to it. Nope, it's just very gold. I'm going to put that right in the center and blend it in. And then something I actually haven't done in a while, I'm going to mimic what I have on the lid on the lower lash line, like I enjoy doing. So I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it. Camera's over there. I always look over here. Camera's over there. And go into Silent Disco, that shimmery brown, and I'm going to put that on the inner and outer thirds of my lower lash line. I'm going to take Outfit Change and go in a little bit further. Definitely not as much contrast on the lower lash line. If I use my finger though, where it seems like all of these shimmers really need a finger, I think it'd probably be different. Then I'm going into Poppy, the gold, and just putting that right in the middle. It's okay, I'll leave it soft for today. By the way, I don't notice a difference really in the wear between the primed eye and the non-primed eye for all these looks. But I do notice a little difference in application. And I just feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm more used to the application with a primer. So application's a little different, wear hasn't been different for me. And there we have it. I do think they applied really well. I think they blended well, but definitely these particular shades were not true to pan, but I think they're still nice, especially if, you know, you're a neutral lover. For me, I like the blues better. Alright, so yesterday's look wore fairly well. It was definitely still wearable at the end of the day. On both eyes, the colors kind of blended together a little bit. Not all of them, just the different shimmers that I used, but they really weren't that different from each other to begin with, as I had hoped. And interestingly enough, this is the first time that I've had any creasing, and it was, of course, on the eye without the primer. So, but that's okay, because I usually use primer anyway. And I have hooded eyes, so if that does not apply to you, then that might not apply to you. This is the last look I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it fairly simple. I'm going to start with Caffeine Buzz and my fluffy brush from Wish. And I don't think I try to look without setting the eyeshadow primer first, so that's what I'm going to try today. This is going to be my transition shade. Yeah, harder to blend, but I did want to try it out. Also, this eye primed, this eye not. definitely sticking more on the eye that is not primed. I think that one's probably a lost cause. I'm too lazy to bother with it. Next, I'm taking my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it, and I'm going to go into Real Deal, which is like a tealy green. And that's going deeper into my crease. That is very pigmented. I will not make the mistake of not setting again. It's a very pretty color, but for my liking, I need to set my eyeshadow primer before I apply this eyeshadow. I'm going to take that same shade and put it on the outer third of my eye. Start fading it in a little bit. And just make sure I get all the parts I want. I'm going to take my IBY crease brush, clean, and just try to shape and blend that a little more. I think it also needs a little cleanup with my dollar store brush and my Maybelline Fit Me powder, because I'm a little sloppy. Then I'm going to take Slay Day, which is this lovely olivey lime green. That's pretty. And that's going on the inner 2/3 of the lid and blending into the teal. Yeah, I like that one a lot. I'm going to attempt a brow bone highlight with Stilettos, which is like this champagne-y, like deep champagne-y peach beige color. It's more neutral than South Beach. Let's see if that works. That's gonna be too dark for me. Alright, I guess not bad if you use it lightly. Ooh, too much already. Oh well. But for someone with a deeper skin tone than me, this will be totally fine. You know what? I think I want to leave it like this. Something a little different. No lower lash line today. I like the look I came up with. I think it applied well. Like I said, I would set my eyeshadow primer next time so it blends a little better for me. But this was very pigmented. In fact, I'm still trying to get some of the fallout from that teal off. Probably an unpopular opinion, but I like the way this worked out better than the Raw Beauty Christie Colourpop palette. So just to let you guys know, this green gold color is already starting to spread, but that's also the eye that's not primed. I had to change my shirt. I was definitely not able to give you swatches in the other one. So let's do it. I feel like that pink and that green might actually look nice together. Ooh, these are really nice together too. I thought I did a good job of like creating diverse looks and like combining colors, but there's so much more you can do. This looks like flowers, tropics, a beach or something. Maybe that's why it's called Hotspot. Yeah, see, that one's like super pigmented. To me, this is like the boring section. So I really like this palette. Like with the 35V, not every shade is perfect, but overall I really like it. I think there's so much variety in here, even more than I thought at first. Most of the shades are really pigmented and wear well. I do wish there was more contrast with like the reds and berries, but that's okay. I even feel like there's some dupes for some like ABH Modern Renaissance shades in here. So I am very happy with this palette. This is the third one that I got during that sale that I mentioned. I had gotten the 35V, I got this one, and I got the 35I. 35I, spoiler alert, I don't know which video is going up first, but I did not care for that one, sadly. But this one and the 35V, I really liked. Alright, that's it for today. I hope you have a good day no matter what it is you're doing. Bye! See you next time!